Australia, your new champions. The 2015 World Champions of Cricket. And this is the main title. This is the main defining title of the sport. So this is considered the World Heavyweight Championship. Okay, you have the Champions Trophy, you have the T20 lightweight championship. You got the Champions Trophy, it's like a middleweight championship, like welterweight maybe, but this one is the defining the main world championship. And this was a pretty emphatic win, mind you. This is a pretty emphatic win by Australia. In fact, the last three times Australia won the title. I can't remember quite exactly the 99 World Cup, but the 2003 and 2007, they were freaking emphatic. Yeah. Oh wait, by the way, today Mountain Dew. Okay, I'll have to make a confession here. I could not follow the second innings because I was just way too tired from gym yesterday, and well, I just couldn't. I'm sorry, folks. I just could not keep my eyes open after that. I just thought I'd just go for like a small nap about during lunchtime or innings break, and then I just ended up falling asleep. And when I got up, I'm like, crap! It's like 7:30 in the morning, and once I saw the match was over and Australia won, so it was a pretty emphatic win. In fact, let me look up something right now. Australia won this game with 101 balls to spare. They won this game before the batting power play or before the 35th over. I think in the 34th over they actually won this game. So this tells you how emphatic this defeat actually was for New Zealand. But then again, I believe they have to show match point. And they actually brought up one stat. No, I believe they actually brought up one tweet. They actually brought up one tweet saying that New Zealand are now paying the price for having all the games at home and only the final game away from home. In foreign conditions, because the grounds in New Zealand, I've seen parking lots bigger than those grounds in New Zealand. Many parking lots bigger than many small size parking lots bigger than those grounds in New Zealand. Are you fucking kidding me? 45-meter boundaries, long 45-meter. Are you fucking kidding me? When we used to play domestic cricket, when we used to play VI cricket, our boundaries were at least like 55 meters. Like we had the 30 meter inner circle and all that, but still 55 meters. And this 45-meter boundary for a World Cup. This is not a T20 game, for an ODI World Cup. This makes no sense. But anyways, I've taken down some notes, especially in the first inning, so we'll just go through it. Okay, both teams went in as informed teams. One of them went undefeated in New Zealand. The other one were just rampaging through all the other teams. Well, they had one hiccup against New Zealand in New Zealand, but still, they were just rampaging through. They were just demolishing all the opposition that was pretty much put in front of them, India included. And hashtag thank you Australia for that. Okay, New Zealand won the toss and rightfully so decided to bat first. Okay, it was also announced that Michael Clarke and Daniel Vettori will be having their final matches, at least in the form of ODI cricket. Apparently, Daniel Vettori is 36 years old. Is that right? I don't know. I thought he was like 33 or something. But yeah, but both men, have been very, very valuable assets to their team. Michael Clarke, I think that he's the guy came in that 2005 Ashes series, which is I still think is overrated. No, I still think it's overrated because the Ashes after that, away from home, Australia beat, if I'm not mistaken, Australia beat England 5-0 and humiliated them 5-0. In fact, I think Shane Warne came out of retirement for that match, for that series. Anyways, both sides going unchanged. You have almost a 100,000 capacity in this arena this time around. Now this is a this is like like WrestleMania-esque, if you will, pay-per-view. No, back when WrestleMania used to be good. Well, this is like a main once in a long time pay-per-view event type of deal. Oh, close to 100,000 people, billions watching worldwide. And you have two rival teams, Tasman rivals. Okay, Brendan McCullum and Martin Guptill to open. And Mitchell Starc, the left arm quick, he's going to bowl first. Okay, Mitchell Starc was getting good shape on the ball and Brendan McCullum, he's like trying to stay, leg side of, he's trying to stay sort of like, leg side or like outside of the ball. Like, sometimes he's trying to, play inside out shots. Sometimes he's trying to play pull shots. But, he was not going to stick around. And he eventually paid the price because 0.5 over Mitchell Starc bowled a beautiful of a swinging full delivery. It swung, it had pace, it beat McCullum, and it got him bowled. The dangerous Brendan McCullum got out for 0 before an over was completed. And there was a lot of mind game played by Starc as well because Brendan McCullum was looking to use his feet and Starc actually followed him around and understood what his game plan was and then what he had to do to get McCullum out. New Zealand 1 for 1. And well, I couldn't get this clip, so I'll just do it. Kane Williamson was the new man in. The other bowler was Josh Hazelwood. I believe he's the right arm quick. Okay, now the Australian bowlers were bowling with fire. They're like, high 140s and sometimes 150 as well. Okay. There were a few sixes in this match. Martin Guptill actually top edged one of I believe it was Josh Hazelwood or somebody, and it went over. I believe it was the keeper. Yeah, one over Brad Haddon, the keeper, for 6. And this shows you the pace and the bounce and the carry of this MCG today. Okay, Starc was bowling very well. He was actually getting a lot of shape on the ball. And Williamson was looking very, very iffy. Okay, then the man Mitchell Johnson comes in to bowl the 8th, and New Zealand were 23 for 1, and this sort of shows you how good Australia have bowled, really. And then we get the annoying factor of cricket, Harsha Bhogle. I mean, Star Sports. Why do you have to keep persisting with Harsha Bhogle, man? Like, bring in Arun Lal, because cricket at this time, it does not need that comic relief, because Harsha Bhogle is not coming off as a comic relief character. Okay, he can do the interviews and all that, and yeah, there's one thing he did good, and I'll put him over there. But as a main commentator, no. Okay, after 10, New Zealand were 34 for 1. Okay, and like with Australia, you gotta get good pace. With Australia, and with Australia, the finals, and I believe they actually missed. They actually missed. Excuse me. Yeah, I can pretty much say they actually missed being champion for a long time, and like the way they got out in 2011, which I'll still say, I believe a lot of it was a lot of it was planned for India to win that tournament. Otherwise, there'd be look. India lost to Australia. India got humiliated by Australia. Did you see the reactions that happened in India? Did you see the fucking reactions? Go and I still say you deserve to lose. For the fucking ego and just for the fucking ego and attitude you had towards all these other teams, India deserved to lose. If you watching this as an Indian fan have a problem, come at me. Right here, come at me. Don't just say, why pan, they put none of that bullshit. You got the guts, come at me. You guys don't even have the guts to leave a comment. And then you have to talk like, oh, we give you independence, blah blah blah. Get the fuck out of here, man. Okay, but this unit had very with Australia, they meant business. They just meant plain out, flat out business. Sorry, that was a 31 for 1. Sorry, 31 for 1. This power play, 3 runs and over. This is bad for New Zealand. Okay, Glenn Maxwell comes into the part-time off spinner comes into bowl the 12th. Okay, 11.2 overs. Glenn Maxwell, he bowls a nothing delivery actually, and Guptill plays a stupid shot, absolute stupid shot, and and Guptill gets bowled by Glenn Maxwell, and we know that Guptill is if he stays in there, he can actually score some runs. He's gone for 15. The man that made that double century last match, that man that made that double century in that I don't know what that is, some hole in the ground that converted to a cricket ground with 45,000 people around it, because it's way too small for a cricket ground. But he's gone for 15, and New Zealand were 33 for 2. And just from here, I'm like, you know what? Australia are going to win this. No, Australia, New Zealand, though they have very good bowling, they do not have this intensity. Yeah, and what I thought is New Zealand was so preoccupied with the pace, the sheer rifle speed pace of the Australian bowling, that this sudden, this sudden floating deliveries, this floating loopings, almost like anesthetic effect having deliveries, it just caught New Zealand off guard. The new batsman, okay, Ross Taylor comes in, and so comes in a stupid joke by Harsha Bhogle. Get ready, kids. Okay, Martin Guptill says, he says that, Martin Guptill, he actually finished a lot of careers and his degrees from highly reputed universities. He has a very well established, lucrative job, and he actually he's a very well renowned athlete. But suddenly in a gully behind his home, he actually gets run by a bike. That's what this wicket was like. Like, what? Huh? Like okay. Where did he get that joke from? Got run over by a bike? Like, what? No, and you could kind of see a lot of people, the commentators were kind of no-selling. I'm like, what the fuck? This is why Harsha Bhogle should not commentate. He comes off as a clown, and he actually makes India look stupid. That's why I'm like, India, how are you proud of this guy, man? He makes India look stupid. Okay. 12.2 overs. Mitchell Johnson bowling with some very good venom, and then finally Kane.
I'm the devil's favorite demon.
No, not that Kane. Kane Williamson. He gets out, gives a cotton ball chance to Mitchell Johnson, because Williamson he's kind of looking to rotate the strike or something, but it's the pace and the shape of the ball, of the deliveries, that were actually confusing the New Zealanders a lot. He's gone for 12. New Zealand were 39 for 3. I'm like, okay, will this be a squash match? The new man is Grant Elliott, and apparently he's 36 years old. What I heard. Hazelwood. Okay. Right after the Glenn Maxwell 1 over spell, Hazelwood came into bowl. So maybe it was a good move by Michael Clark to bring in Glenn Maxwell to get a breakthrough, and then straight back to what worked. 15.3 overs, New Zealand 50 were up. So in New Zealand standards, this was a very slow 50. To me, it all would depend on this pair, and maybe one certain Anderson. First drinks break and under 16. New Zealand 51 for 3. I'm like, this was for New Zealand fan painful to watch. And Australia, okay, fun and games are over, boys. Fun and games are over. Now we're turning up the heat, and now we're bringing it to you. And this is what India lacked. This is one of the things that India lacks, and this is why I like Australian cricket so much, because when it comes crunch time, much more often than not, Australia play hard cricket, intense hard cricket. And they're showing why they are the best team
in the business.
Okay, James Faulkner to bowl at 17. And by the way, somebody needed to point this out, that the left armers were getting a lot more swing than the right armers in this match. In fact, I think that's a trend in cricket. I actually want to do some people do a scientific research on that. Why do left arm bowlers get more swing than right arm bowlers? If that's true. Maxwell, and then Faulkner bowled a decent over. Maxwell bowled the 18th. Will this be another one? Okay. New Zealand 66 for 3, and so this tells you how good the Australian bowling was. And just to add salt to the wound, Maxwell almost got Elliott out, but a decision review taken by New Zealand showed that the ball was missing the stump. So good move. Mitchell Starc comes in to bowl the 21st. So this was you had good change in bowling, and this is one thing I like. they have these very good bowlers coming at you. Then Faulkner bowled the 24th again. And there was another top edge 6. So this sort of tells you. Okay. Okay. Here's what I found something weird. Anybody Australians watching this, just let me know. Shane Watson comes in to bowl the 25th. He comes into a sea of mixed reactions, which are mostly boos. I'm like, what? The final of the World Cup, and come on, man, you're booing your own team? Come on, man. I'm like, this is not Cena versus Rusev, where where the Americans support the well, you can call Rusev the Russian immigrant from Bulgaria, but this is an actual team sport. So I'm like, what? Okay, so after 25 overs, they're 93 for 3. Okay, the run rate has picked up a bit, but still, you need to get a good foundation. Okay, one thing with James Faulkner, he's not as quick. So Grant Elliott actually might have seen him as a weak link. Like, okay, this is the bowler we should target, and to get runs off. And because with the pace he was getting, Elliott had time to move his feet around, time to come down the wicket and play those inside out cover drive shots. Okay, and just to add to the how good vital this partnership was, 26.2 overs, New Zealand 100 was up. And by the way, there were some good shots played by New Zealand. Not to take anything away from that, but the ground fielding of Australia, especially in this MCG, that was freaking phenomenal. So by 27 overs, New Zealand get to 108 for 3, which brings the run rate to a 4 and over. Maxwell comes in to bowl the 28th, and okay, 27.6 over. Grant Elliott actually gets to his half century, and ironically enough, it was in the over of the guy who almost got him out, Glenn Maxwell. All right. Johnson comes in to bowl the 29th. Okay. After 30 overs, New Zealand were 121 for 3. Although you can appreciate this being a good comeback, but in the face of a team like Australia, this was nothing. Johnson actually started bowling the 29th, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Shane Watson comes in again to bowl the 33rd. Okay. And here's the one part where I'll give Harsha Bhogle some credit. He actually, doing an interview with, I believe, some of the sponsors. Some of the media sponsors with Star Sports and the ICC chairman and a few more officials. They said the attendance numbers for this were record breaking. This World Cup had very, very good attendance, and you had over 1 million people attending, all put together. And Harsha Bhogle actually put over one of the matches of the opening match, Bangladesh versus Afghanistan. He actually put over the attendance of that match to be very impressive, saying that match was actually sold out. I'm like, okay, you don't have 45,000 capacity, you have 11, 12, maybe 13,000 capacity, but still, the match was sold out. And yeah, props to Harsha Bhogle for that. But other than that, as the main commentator, it's just bullshit. Second drinks, 134 for 3. Second drink. And I'm thinking let's see what happens. This pair needs to stick, and the New Zealand need to get at least 280 to put something defendable. Hazelwood comes into bowl the 34th. and 33.2 overs, 100 partnership was up. Now you had those stats saying that every time New Zealand have 100 partnership, they win 78% of the time and all that. Like, yeah, it's not going to matter. Watson comes in to bowl the 35th, and after 35, New Zealand were 150 for 3. Grant Elliott was looking in form. Ross Taylor was also looking in good touch. The power play was taken. Faulkner to bowl the 36th. Okay, first ball, Faulkner bowls a slower delivery to Ross Taylor because he figured out that they're playing on the lack of his pace. I'm like, okay, I'll slow it down some more, motherfuckers. Yeah, and he bowled a slower delivery, gets an edge, and a very good catch taken by Brad Haddon. Eagle for 40, New Zealand 150 for 4. Okay, and the new man was Anderson! Man, I love that name. Okay, and 35.3 over, Faulkner gets Anderson out with the full delivery. I believe it was bowled. He goes for a duck, and New Zealand were 150 for 5. The new batsman was Luke Ronchi. Start to bowl the 37th. And now you can see the prominent nervousness in New Zealand. They're actually getting even a bit iffy with the running between the wickets. Okay, Stark coming around the wicket. He bowls one to Ronchi, and with pace, with speed, and you have those shadows creeping in, like those, and you have severe contrast of light and dark, and I think that's something the ICC board should actually look at. Okay, but anyway, the Michael Clark playing in his last ODI takes a very good catch, and Luke Ronchi goes for a duck. New Zealand were 151 for 6, and this was collapsing fast for New Zealand. Let me tell you that. And I'm thinking at this point, like, forget 280, son. We're gonna get a like 200. No, I'm good. I'm so good. And the other man playing his last ODI today, Daniel Vettori, he was a new man in. Okay, after the power play, New Zealand were 165 for 6. 3 wickets, 15 runs. You do the maths. You do the math, and you make the conclusion who actually owned this power play. Okay, Johnson comes in to bowl the 41st. Okay, now my PC started jacking off again. I don't know why it does this. Like, you usually does it when I have like a live stream going on and like 1 or 2 things going on when I'm taking notes and all that. But 40.6 overs, Johnson gets Vettori out. So for the last time, New Zealand Vettori goes off the field with the bat. He goes for 9, bowled by Johnson. New Zealand 167 for 7. And okay, 41.5 over, was it? 41.5 overs. Grant Elliott. Grant Elliott, he made a well played 83, but he needed to stick in there, and it was James Faulkner again who got his wicket, with change of pace, because he bowled a short delivery and he got a top edge, playing the shot a bit too early, and so he got the top edge, and New Zealand 171 for 80. They were in dire straits now. Matt Henry was the new man in. Okay. Henry was looking to like trying to smash everything, and this is my problem. Like, why do you have these debutants coming in for like semifinals and finals, man? Okay, 44.5 over. Johnson gets an excitable Henry caught for 0, and New Zealand were 182 for 9, and Johnson had his 3rd wicket. Last man was Tim Southee, and ironically enough, this innings ended with a run out, with the last ball in that over. Okay, Glenn Maxwell had a good throw. New Zealand ended up with 183. Now, some people pointed out that India made 183 as well. India did in 1983 World Cup. India made 183 and managed to defend it. Yeah, that fluke of a victory for India. Okay. Yeah, because find out what happened after that. Because, like I said, the true World Cup victory for India was in 2011. Because after that they moved on and became better. 92, Pakistan became more dominating and more devastating in the field. More prominent in the field of the team. After 96, people took Sri Lanka very seriously. Very, very seriously. After 83, most of the people still thought India was a piece of shit. Because they had 1 or 2 good players and that's it. They had a Gavaskar, they had a Kapil Dev, they had a Amarnath. Nah. They had a few good people here and there, but that's about it. Okay, but at this point, I thought Australia has the trophy already, and they are not gonna get complacent like like the Windies on that day. Which I really think the Windies got complacent. Otherwise, they would have won that match 83. Yeah, and Australia have the trophy. That's congratulations. The second innings is just a formality. That's all I have to say. And notice how most of the wickets actually fell to the left arm bowlers. Okay, but here's where my notes end. Unfortunately, this is where it ends, and the rest I might have to dig out of Cricket Info, if you would excuse me. Australian innings. You had an early wicket by Trent Boult, another left armer. This is a very early wicket by Trent, and that also he was gone for 0 after facing just 5 balls. David Warner, he actually scored a decent 45 of 46 deliveries with 7 fours. He eventually goes to Matt Henry, and Henry also got another wicket of Michael Clarke. So he goes for the last time as well, and I believe he made 74. So good way to go out. Winning contribution, good way to go out. Of 72 balls with 10 fours and a 6. And Steve Smith, who's actually looking, better and better actually as a batsman, he remained not out for 56, and you had just for the formality, Shane Watson not out at 2 with 9 extras, which is kind of unacceptable when you're defending 183. So congratulations Australia, 5-time world champion, and absolutely deservedly so. So that's about it. That's about it, really, for me. And this World Cup overall, this was a good World Cup. The one in England will not. I'm pretty sure will not be as good, because it's just this thing with England. Their crowds are actually not that lively, and they're kind of boring, and this whole atmosphere around the UK is actually quite somber. It's actually quite low. So you will not get to see those big crowds and all that in England. No, I'm sorry, you just won't. Like even with a ground like Lord's or with a ground like the Oval. But yeah, that's 2019, and let's see what happens. I'm still pissed off that you only have 10 teams showing up with 8 qualifying automatically, and the rest 2 having to qualify. So there's a chance that the remaining 2 test playing nations will not qualify. Now, this is on the ODI rankings. Okay, now regardless of who that team is, even if it is a New Zealand or a West Indies or whoever number 8 is, like if one day like Zimbabwe or Bangladesh actually do manage to actually surpass them within this 4-year time, and 4-year time is actually quite a long time, so it won't be sort of justice, if you will, to those teams. But anyways, that's 4 years from now, and it was a pleasure bringing you all my thoughts and reviews for this World Cup. Hopefully India have humbled themselves a bit. Hopefully India have humbled themselves a bit after being humiliated by the world champions. And I'm not going to cover the IPL. No, I'm not going to cover the IPL. The next assignment, the next thing I'm looking forward to is the Bangladesh versus Pakistan series, which is at home for Bangladesh, which I believe will start in the middle of April. Okay, that said, it was a wonderful ride, but everything has to come to an end, and this is a very good World Cup, and the attendance numbers showed, absolutely showed. Just get rid of Harsha Bhogle, please get rid of Harsha Bhogle on as a main commentator, please. Okay, and I'm looking forward to any comments and suggestions you might have, and please like, subscribe, and rate and recommend. This is Navir Sai signing out.